of January, so it's been bloody ages.
Yeah, sorry. There's been, poor Laura has been really ill.
Yeah, so excuse me if I start coughing and spluttering, and I've just realised my tissues are quite far over
No.
there.
Well, I mean,
yeah, never mind. If all else fails, I'll packer it. So it is, well, it's 2018.
oh my god, yes, it
Yeah.
is another year. We forgot to say that we're Olann and, yeah. We always do that. We kind of just start talking.
We haven't seen each other for a good while, so please excuse us if we do more tangents than normal.
Yes.
So yeah, so we're Olann and,
and you can find us at olanand.ie, so www.olanand.ie, and the current issue is there, and that's we published that just before Christmas, like the week before Christmas. So there's lots of really good stuff in there. It's kind of a bumper issue, I would call it. Yeah. So there's lots of stuff there.
It's our winter solstice issue.
Yeah, it was lovely. Yeah, and of course then we're all over social media. We're on Twitter as Olann and,
Facebook as Olann and, Instagram as Olann and Magazine.
And we're on Ravelry as well.
Oh yeah.
Is it just Olann and? I think it is just Olann and.
Yeah, just Olann and if you search Olann and in the groups.
Yeah, and there's at the moment there's a bit of chatter because we're running the crochet along. So there's lots going on, lots of chit chat there. So that's nice, and lots of new members as well, which is great.
Yeah.
The Cal has brought in a nice. So hopefully, when the Cal finishes, we can kind of just keep that momentum going and a bit of chat. Yeah.
I'm finding it really interesting looking at what other Cals are going on through our Cal, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cal with a C, not a K.
I know, yeah.
So, because we're not crochet. Our first language is
crochet. We wouldn't necessarily be looking out for crochet alongs, let's say, but there seem to be a few nice ones that the ladies were talking about. Yeah,
and the crisscross shawl. Yeah, I'm just blown away with the response. Yeah. I think it is really, really
cool. People really love it. I mean, it's a beautiful pattern, but really have taken it on board, and some of the finished objects that we're seeing are so lovely. Yeah, really cool.
Have you been tempted to pick up a hook?
Oh, I'd love to. In theory, I'd love to crochet all the things, because it just, you see so many designs and everything, and this one in particular, I think I've mentioned this before, looks to me very much like a knitted shawl. I don't know, that's probably
it does.
Sacrilege now to all the crocheters, but it just looks a bit more knitted, and I love the crisscross. I think that's such a nice feature, a nice stitch. I know Faye said it's super easy, and even if you're not used to reading patterns, I'm just terrified. That I'm just really not.
When I was looking at Faye's video, I was like, I think I get it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I would literally have to sit with Faye's video queued and go, okay, so this is
yeah.
And I just, with the head cold, I just haven't had the time. I've been knitting for, I was going to say for England, but for Ireland, seeing as that's where I live. Ireland and England. I've been knitting like nobody's business, but I'm like, no, I don't think I have the concentration for the crochet.
Yeah, and of course, if for crocheters, it seems like a really nice, simple pattern, and people are really enjoying it. So, it's really brilliant.
I loved that. I can't think there was one lady who, the first FO, she was just testing the pattern, wasn't she? She was testing it in some yarn just to see what it looked like, and she got carried away and just finished the whole thing. And I was like, really?
It's nice. I love when you find a pattern like that, which is kind of what you can't stop, because it's just really kind of it draws you in, you know. So it's brilliant that as our first crochet along, it's been quite a success, and really, people.
Thank you, Faye.
Oh yeah, well, without her, honestly, it couldn't possibly have gone anywhere.
I went in and I answered one question early on. Someone asked about yarn, and I was like, yes, a question I can answer.
Oh yeah. Because even I'm even more than you, because I can't even answer questions about yarn. I'm just like, that colour looks nice. I don't know what else to say. It's desperate. I feel terrible because I just can't participate as much as I would like to. But anyway, I am looking at everyone's finished objects, and I'm like reading everyone's bits and pieces. But I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm really not any help whatsoever. But
no, it's going well. Yeah, it's going well.
And of course, as well as the shawl, the crochet shawl, we had four other.
Did we have 5? I think we had 5 patterns. The jumper, the shawl, the hoodie, the cushions, and the hat.
Oh yeah, we did. Whoa.
It was just a bit to squeeze in before the next issue.
Yeah. So one of those was we kind of revamped an old kind of discontinued Stylecraft.
Will I pop a picture of the
original?
The original.
Yeah.
I'll pop a picture of the original here because I think it's interesting to see how different it looks.
Yeah, because you know, in the kind of the, I don't know when this pattern was out first. For baby patterns, you would kind of have the lemons and the pinks and the mint greens and stuff. So we wanted to take an older pattern and kind of, I suppose, bring it into, the current age. So we made this, and it's doty. Yeah,
it is gorgeous.
So it's just, it's called, we're calling it Stylecraft Hoody. That, obviously with this, there's just, the pattern name is just a number, so we can pop those details in there. But you'll see here, it's a lovely textured stitch. Is it like a blackberry stitch? Is that what they call it? I don't know if I think it is blackberry stitch. I don't know what it is. It does look... I mean, I know I knit it, but it wasn't called anything particular.
What did you do to the stitch? Do you remember? Did you have to work into one stitch an awful lot?
No.
That would be blackberry stitch.
No, it was just alternating.
So this is just
pearl
a textured.
And plain. Yeah. But you can see it's just really pretty. So as it was an older pattern, I guess I was saying to Laura as well, everything was knit in separate bits, not, so like the arms, the fronts, the backs, the hood. So, and then everything had to be sewn together. So that was kind of interesting, because nowadays I think a lot more patterns are written.
And you've only knitted top down, haven't you? Jerseys, really, have you? Glenn's wasn't. Glenn's was all in one, wasn't it? Sorry, with different pieces.
That was, actually, that was the front and the back and the sleeves.
Is it the first baby one you've knit?
I think it probably is. Yeah. And it was and actually, it was my first time doing pockets. So cool. The pockets are really, really dinky. And actually, I was thinking they were going to be harder than they were, but it wasn't difficult at all. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then you sew I'm probably preaching to the choir here, you probably know, but anyway, the pockets, you hold it on stitch holders, and then you kind of have this, and you sew in the back here, and then you knit more here. Anyway, I just thought it was really
necessarily
cool.
Preaching to the converted.
Really?
I think some people maybe would think pockets.
I was a bit scared.
People think cable is really complicated.
Yeah.
So,
and then the hood is really, it's just a nice, it's just a lovely little pattern. And actually, I'm going to be gifting this to my newest nephew, who is Jonah, and he is nearly, oh my goodness, what age is he? He was born in May, so that makes him 8 months. Yeah. So I think he's going to look super cute in this.
So you have the yarn, don't you?
Yeah. So we used Stylecraft DK Wondersoft,
and it was written. The pattern is written for Wondersoft, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we just used the completely different colours.
We used 3 different colours. So the navy, obviously, and then we used the red, and then it's kind of I'm going to call it silver. Yeah. And it just looked So I mean, the original pattern didn't have any stripes. It was just an all-in-one colour, but we thought it would be nice to add a kind of a pop of colour, and I think it looks well.
Yeah, it does. It looks completely different to the the mint green. The mint green though is kind of nice if you were looking for a unisex, because this goes down. I'm just looking at my notes here. So this actually starts at 12 inches, so prem. So you've got 12, 14 inches. 12 and 14 would be technically both prem. 16, 18, 20 and 22, so it's got a really good size range there as well.
I think I did I must have done...
I think you might have done the 18, did you? I think it was the 18 or 20.
I think it might have been the 20, because I think I got my brother to measure his son's chest, and I think it came in at 19, so actually, that makes sense. So I think I did the 20 inch. But really, really
You've got tons of yarn left.
So much yarn left.
Is this the first?
I
the
think that's the second bowl, and then
so.
You're just using a tiny bit of these. So in fairness, you could easily make another one.
And Wondersoft, is there? I think it is 100% premium acrylic.
Yeah. But actually, as it says, it is actually
wonderfully soft. Stylecraft do acrylic really, really well.
If I'm honest, it's really good.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a cute little pattern. It's kind of one of those that I think it would make a kind of a nice jacket for summer wear for a baby out in a pram, if you know what I mean, because it's got a nice denseness to it because of the texture, and yet it's not too warm. It's not going to be roasting. I
really like it.
I love it. It's really cool.
And that's something that we're hoping to do, fingers crossed. Is we're hoping that we will be able to take an older pattern from one of the bigger mills and maybe knit it in one of the yarn company's newer yarns, or maybe kind of just change it up a little bit or something. That's something we always wanted to do, so we're just trying to implement it now, aren't we, a little bit? So fingers crossed we have another one coming in the next issue as well.
I guess it just as you say, like, people might have those patterns languishing or lying around, and they might be like, look at it and kind of go, it's a bit old-fashioned, but actually you'd be surprised what a funky kind of colour will do to an older pattern, you know. So we hope we give you some ideas there.
And it's interesting what you said about top down, because obviously I've been knitting for years, far too many. I had to write down the other day, it's like 30.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's longer than 30, but yeah. Wow. So, and I would have always knit, so the kids growing up, they would have always had jumpers knit in pieces, do you know? So top down is a little bit alien to me, and when I'm trying to design things, I struggle with trying to work it out backwards. I almost have to knit it up and then work it out backwards.
Oh, interesting. So, okay.
So we thought we'd do some of the Olann and Loves. Yeah. Now, obviously, because the last issue came out shortly before Christmas, we did actually include a couple of Christmas things in that, didn't we? So we thought no one wants to go down the Christmas route, but equally we wanted to show these things. Yeah. So we're going to show one Christmassy thing now, and maybe one, not the next one, but the one after that or something. So we'll do the bags first, will we?
The bags, yeah.
So do you want me to do the bags and you to do? Yeah. So we'll switch. We're just moving things over. I've just got to make sure that's those.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the business card. I might need to. Oh no, I might need to take it out. Oh, no, I can. Yeah. Okay. So so we wanted to show you the Deborah Makes Crafts project bags, which, to be fair, I've been sitting on this one for a little while. This is actually mine, and I haven't been able to show it because I was like, I can't, because I knew we had one in here. So look at Ermintrude.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. So so Debbie is let me just have a look. Let me refresh my notes. So Debbie's a keen knitter, and she prefers to keep her latest project tucked up in a project bag. And she was making her own project bags, and people were saying, her friends and family were saying, would you not sell them? So so she took the bull by the horns, and she made up a few and put them on Etsy. And she has this thing about vintage fabrics. So although there are some bags that she makes with newer fabrics, she purposefully,
yeah,
I don't know,
both are right, I think.
I can't speak at the best of times, never mind when I got a haircut. So she tries to source vintage fabrics. So I don't want to open this, but look, it's a vintage Snoopy.
It's cool.
And I'm not going to open this because we're going to use this for one of our giveaways. But there's Deborah's card hiding by a tea bag. Is it upside down? It's upside down. There we go. So she uses her cotton blends. She makes project bags, notion pouches. I think, if I remember rightly, yeah. So they start at a very reasonable price of €6 plus shipping, depending on what it is. I think that's her notion pouches. And you can see they come packaged beautifully. So there's a card, a business card, a tea bag, a progress keeper, a little tag. And they're a good size for like a little sock project.
Yeah.
So,
cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of box bottom. Very, very cool.
I love the old fabrics.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm suspecting they must be like old sheets or old curtains or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Brilliant. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I saw this and I was like, oh my god, look at Dougal. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. So definitely worth going and checking her out. She's based here in Ireland, isn't she, I think?
Yeah. Yeah, because I started following her recently on Instagram. I think she's definitely Ireland.
That's not like me. I normally put where someone's based, don't I? And I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, more reason to check it out on the website.
She's on Etsy, she's on Instagram. And she's happy to do custom orders as well. So definitely go and pop along and check her out. And I can go and put whatever it was I was knitting back into this because I threw it onto the table.
So, well, this isn't very Christmassy, so it's
no, that one's okay. Yeah.
So, these are beautiful little.
There's a few different ones.
I'm going to call them. Well, we're going to call them Christmas. They are Christmas decorations, but actually, to be fair, I think you could hang these on, you know, little branches all through the year. They look really pretty. So they're just painted wood slices, let's say, and. It's called, well, Sailmaker's Daughter. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Let me tell the card.
Yeah.
So that's the card. Whoops.
And again,
higher up
on Etsy.
And then.
And these, and the lady behind it is Adana Gorham. Gorham, and she prints these beautiful, or makes these beautiful little. I'm going to show you now.
They're very cool, together. Aren't
they lovely? And yeah, I just think, does she paint, like she paints them directly onto them? So each one is going to be original.
They are. Yeah. She
that's really cool.
So she's really into sketching birds.
Yeah.
And that's where, so the robin was the original one. Yeah. And then the other two, so the snowy owl was a new one, and the barn owl.
The barn owl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're fabulous.
Yeah. I think they're really cute.
Yeah.
I must admit, the robin is my favourite.
Yeah. Oh, look, robins are beautiful.
You're so cheeky.
I know. Yeah, and they're actually really inquisitive, aren't they? Yeah. We've one that, well, I don't know if it's the same one every year, but comes into our back garden, and because Glenn is obsessed with robins, because his granny, who's a long time dead, but she used to have a robin in her back garden who used to like land on her hand.
Oh, wow.
And it was the same robin all the time. The robin would hop up on the fence, and then his granny would go out to the back garden, and the robin would see her and come along and sit on her hand. So every time Glenn sees the robin in our back garden, he always thinks of his grandmother, and he actually thinks that is my grandmother. Yeah. He has, in his head, he kind of likes to think that it is. So when we see it, I'm like, oh, there's Ida, sitting on the fence. But yeah, she comes back every year, so it's really cute.
They sit outside. My dogs, because I've got 4 dogs, so our dog food bowls are outside, and they have a cover that we put down overnight. But when you open the cover in the morning, you can see all the birds waiting. No way. There's quite a few robins, and my dogs eat those quite big pellets.
Okay.
And I'm like, how on earth does a robin carry one?
Oh, God. And I wouldn't have thought. I don't know anything about what they eat, but I mean, I presume it's worms and stuff. But like, they like meaty stuff, like.
I seem to.
Wow, they're tiny little beaks.
Yeah. I mean, it keep them. Maybe that's a whole day's
maybe they
food.
like yeah, exactly. Crunching
one pellet is worth the effort.
Yeah.
They get home and they got lockjaw.
Yeah, like a gobstopper, or
they're like, I can't open my mouth. You're gonna have to take it out.
Oh dear. God. And do they swoop in?
Yeah, they literally swoop in, and they take like literally. To be fair, because we live on a farm, we were of the opinion that maybe the rats were going mad and eating all the dog food. Yeah. But it's not, it's the birds. Hilarious. It's literally like open the dog food, so and the birds just go wow. And so if you go out and the bird I cover it up of an evening, and go out and I feed them in the morning again, and yeah, straight away, like you could literally stand in my porch and watch the birds swooping down.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and they'll do it even when the dogs are eating.
No way.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah, very strange. So.
Yeah, so that was the sailmaker's daughter, and she has an Etsy shop, and these little I guess we're going to call them decorations, are $3.80 each plus shipping.
Yeah,
I think they're beautiful.
Do you know, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm determined this year not to have the mad panic.
Yeah, I know what you mean, actually. Yeah.
Because, yeah, I made such a boob. I did everybody camp out fingerless mitts. I did everybody different gifts. So all of my friends got camp out fingerless mitts.
Yeah.
All of my men folk got bandana cows. My lady folk, my girl folk, they got hats as well. So I was wrapping up all of the camp out fingerless mitts at the last minute because we were having our meal.
Oh yeah.
And I realised I'd done 2 of them. Two people had got either 2 right hands or 2 left hands. So I wrapped them up, and one of them is Dr. Sock, which was really upsetting for me because Dr. Sock's knitting is perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to give her it. And I was like, I can't not give her it.
Yeah.
So I wrapped hers and Fiona's up with tags saying, "This is your Christmas present, but I want it back."
Oh, so funny. They're probably like, what? Didn't even notice.
No, yeah. Edwina said they didn't. Edwina and Simon said they took ages trying to work out what I'd done, what was wrong. Because obviously they still go on properly, and they're like, I don't understand what she's done. So yeah, so I took them back. So
sometimes you would be the only one who would see it yourself,
probably.
Unless when it was pointed out exactly. Then yes, you would notice it.
Seam down this one right here, you know. So yeah.
Oh well, no, it would make you feel better.
Yeah, I was like, especially Edwina.
I know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. I always feel like it needs, her stuff is just
immaculate. It was bad enough they were going unblocked. I didn't have time to block them. I was like, unblocked and wrong? Oh God. I did give 2 Christmas presents with the balls and the needles attached.
You were saying that, yeah, the bandana codes.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, look. Yeah.
I finished them on the day.
Yeah.
I did finish them on Christmas Day. I kind of looked, here's your present. So I already hand them back.
Nearly there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't do that to myself again. That's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
So, I suppose on that note, we should talk about ta-das.
Ta-das, yeah. Unfortunately, my 2 ta-das, and I did do ta-das, and I feel like, so the first one was my, the socks that I was knitting. They were for my brother for his 40th, so they're over in the UK now, and he loves them. And actually, I'll give you a photo to put in, because he tried them on. He's like, they fit perfectly, and he loved them. So I called them the Orange Crush socks, because we're big R.E.M. fans, and that's an R.E.M. song, and they were orange. And then I also made a sockhead slouch hat for my husband Glenn, and he loves it, and he brought it to New York when we were there earlier this month, and I forgot to bring it with me.
Another picture.
But I'll give you another picture, yeah. So
what did you make that one in?
That was in the Baramu Titus.
Oh, okay. All right, let me. Yeah. And we'll write that down here so that I remember.
Which I had originally bought for something else. I know, but sure, look.
For the shawl?
The boneyard shawl that I have never gotten around to doing. That's so terrible.
But isn't that bad that now you'll have to buy another one, because don't I have that set and Edwina has that?
Yeah.
The idea was that we'd all do it.
Yeah.
And I did look at it the other day.
Oh really? Oh sugar. Okay. Pressure's on. Yeah. I will have to buy another one. Yeah.
You could use another.
I could. I'm sure I probably have something else that would match the minis. So while I have ta-das, I don't have them here. Sorry. But Laura makes up for it, because she's loads of
To be fair, I've got loads of ta-das. Because all I've been doing is knitting. Knitting and Netflix. Oh my God, I've watched so much Netflix. Oh my God.
Cool.
I did all of the Happy Valley that was on. It's Sarah Lancashire.
She is amazing.
I was watching Kiri on Channel 4.
Oh yeah.
And I remember from Coronation Street, but I've never actually seen her act. And I was blown away with her.
Happy Valley, she is unbelievable. Yeah. I've never, Glenn and I watched it, and we were like, who is, because we don't watch Corrie, so I didn't know who she was at all. I was like, this lady is incredible actress. And she's in Last Tango in Halifax. If you see that, I would absolutely advise it. It's fabulous. She's brilliant in that as well. Yeah, because
I have to say I loved her. So I did the 2 full series of that. I did the series of Outsiders.
Oh no, I haven't
seen got oh my God, Sons of Anarchy, the guy that you liked out Sons of Anarchy, the tall geezer with the oh my God, his best friend.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like Sons of Anarchy, but on a mountain in America, and it's just full of really hairy men.
Yeah.
Which, when you're feeling poorly,
warms the cockles.
Ka-ching! So needless to say, I did the whole series of that. There was one with Anna Frail on it. I can't think what it's called.
Marcella.
Did that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I've just been knitting. Or just laying there feeling very sorry for myself, thinking, oh my God. So I've literally binged watched.
Yeah.
Binged watched and knitted.
So not wasted time then.
Pile of tissues everywhere, do you know, that kind of thing.
House is going to crap. You're like, I just can't. I can't deal with this.
And even now, I was saying to Dee, if I go and walk the dogs, that's it. I can't do anything else. I've just got no energy. It's ridiculous. So never mind. So
January is a blur.
January's definitely a blur. There's been lots of knitting. So let's start. There's been lots of knitting, but not much sewing in of ends. So maybe I need to catch up. So I'm doing the Yarn Hoarder Dishcloth Challenge.
Oh, cool.
Which is, I think, effectively, it's not a big knit along, but the idea is that maybe at the end of the year you'll have about 50 dishcloths or washcloths or flannels, what I tend to call them, and you'll be able to gift them. So going back to that Christmas thing, so guess what all of my friends are getting this year?
Yeah, well, I like the 2 you've done so far.
So this is the first one I did, and this is the All Washed Up by Jill Knit It.
Oh, that's nice.
And this was actually, you can't really get sugar and cream here, can you? Not very well. I think I bought this in the range ages and ages ago just to try it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, I don't know how much this costs in the States. I'm assuming it's much cheaper than it is here. It's quite expensive here. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I remember thinking, oh, for a ball of cotton here, it's kind of pricey. So whether it's got cheaper now, I don't know. And it was shade oh, it's Azalea. Azalea. But it's kind of nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. There's so many free dishcloth patterns on Ravelry that you could be.
I like the stitch.
Yeah, you won't be short of anything to kind of to do. And then this is the second one. So this is the Zig Zag dishcloth by Stacey Winkleblack. Great name. And I did that one in the Adrifill Nature Classic. So I'm just going to be using up the cotton Aran I've got, kind of thing, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I've actually got the one picked out for this year, this week. I've been going through a pink thing, so I've deliberately picked out blue.
Oh yeah.
I think pink is catching. I even put that on my Instagram post.
I know,
Can you catch pink off of a certain person who isn't wearing pink again?
Oh, I'm very dull today.
It looks really nice.
I was looking for a V-neck, so I didn't have a pink V-neck to hand.
So I'm already behind because I think I should technically have 4 weeks made.
Yeah.
But you get one done in an evening.
I'd say so.
You know.
Oh, lovely.
So
yeah, they're really nice.
So I'll bung those down here, and then keeping on that pink thing.
so funny.
You might have seen this on our blog. So it's a cowl done in Stylecraft's Swift Knit Mega, which I don't have the ball band for. I don't know what I did with it. I mean, you can see how big and chunky it is there. Look, it's super chunky. So, and me in my ill-addled state needed to get some photos of it. So went out on my farm, stood in front of a trailer load of logs, and was just shouting "smile" at the computer, at the phone. The dogs were going like, literally. I was going to swear then. The dogs were going mad around me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like you couldn't hide the shadows or the bags or anything like that. So this is the shade called Peony.
Oh, okay, Peony. Yeah, nice.
And it's just, I think I did three pearl, 1 knit on it.
And was that a pattern with the ball, or was it just one you knew?
Yeah, just one. I sat down with it and I was like, what am I going to knit with it? Because like we'd said before, I'm just conscious of knitting and wasting the knitting.
I know, yeah.
So
yeah, I like the.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and I suppose technically it could be reversible. So I just put, I think I wrote what I did on the blog, didn't I? Yeah, so I wrote the instructions up on the blog. So, and I'm obviously going to give that to the person who does pink.
Yay!
It's so bloody warm. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That'd be nice now for the walks.
And then last thing, which I finished last night. When I say finished, I mean look at the number of ends on it.
Wow.
So that's my Lady Marple.
Oh, that's lovely.
So just ends and buttons now. So.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really it's very heavy, isn't it?
It is. And have you chosen buttons?
No, and I don't actually know with all the buttons I have. I don't actually know if I have anything for it. I was trying, so the pattern doesn't tell you how many buttonholes to make because it depends on how many you've picked up.
Yeah.
How many stitches you've picked up. Yeah. So I've kind of spaced them every other purl ditch. So I might not actually put buttons all the way down to the bottom. I'll see.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah,
it feels lovely. What yarn did you use again?
This is the Drops Alaska.
Ah, yeah.
So I think all in all, this cardigan's cost less than 20 quid.
Brilliant. Where would you be going?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that I got the Alaska when they had the sale on the Alaska as well.
Yeah. It's lovely, isn't it?
So yeah,
really nice.
Yeah, no, I really like it.
It's a lovely pattern.
My tension was slightly different on the sleeves. I don't even know if it's noticeable now. Probably about 1 row off. And I counted and counted and counted just to make sure. And I was like, no, that's definitely the right number. Will I put 1 less in? And I was like, no, I think I'd in my head I'd prefer to have it the same. So, and the shoulders, I love doing setting shoulders this way. I've done it on a couple of my jumpers, but this pattern actually has the instructions for you to pick up the stitches and do it with short row shaping.
Ah, interesting.
So, and I use the German short rows, which I think they've turned out quite well. It's quite dark, so it's difficult to see. But yeah, absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So I suppose I should probably sew in the ends and get the buttons.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder would you go old school with buttons, like nice wooden ones?
Yeah.
Like dark, you know, the dark wood.
Yeah. The other thing I was kind of thinking was maybe some luminous green.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know whether... I love the fact that it's very kind of traditional styling, and I'm just wondering if I should just...
jazz it up.
Punk it up a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
Cool.
So that's all of the tadas I'm going to show you. But there's loads more.
Okay. I need to get knitting.
So I suppose we should do...
Oh, yeah. So we did talk about loads, the crisscross cal, but we wanted to, because there's been quite a lot of activity on the Ravelry, we wanted to maybe just draw a prize on the chatter thread.
We're going to do it on the chatter or the FOs?
The FO, actually, because it's quite a good FOs, yeah. Quite a good few FOs. So yeah, so we are going to just...
So we've got 14 projects, I think. Let me just check.
That's bad. I was kind of interested to see that a good few people did it using those swirl, like not the solid colour, but I know we did oh,
that's really strange. I've just put 1 to 14 generate and it's 14.
Oh
God. Sorry, the light is blowing out, so I'll go and find out who that is now.
Oh, cool.
So that means it's the last FO that's in there. So it's Scott.
And that's a really pretty one, actually.
Oh, that is actually really, really cool.
The colours are lovely.
Absolutely love it. Let me see if I can find out what it's been made in. So it's used two yarn bee sugar wheels in cinnamon. So it says, okay, so it says that she says she isn't very pleased. She's pleased with how it looks, but the drape isn't what she was hoping for. She wishes she'd used a larger hook. It's a nice lighter weight yarn, and the grey sets off the design. Looking forward to making another one, but we'll use a fingering weight yarn.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, very, very lovely.
I do like those
I love those colours,
wow,
lovely and bright.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
And we'll be telling you a little bit about your prize in the thread, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't put it in the thread.
Oh no, there's no chatter.
So basically, we'll send you a PM.
Yes.
Will we?
Yeah.
And we're going to let you pick a pattern from Ravelry, will we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's Marilyn. Sorry, I just went through because I always feel really strange saying Scott.
Oh yeah.
It's Marilyn.
Marilyn. Well done, Marilyn.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Cool.
Nice
Fantastic.
One. Well done.
Congratulations. Right. Oh.
Yeah.
Are we speeding through it? You can talk for a minute.
Okay.
You can't talk. It's my
can't.
stuff.
It's your stuff again. We had to have it. Yeah, because I didn't get any yarn for Christmas.
Did you not get any yarn for Christmas?
No, because we do Chris Kindle, so we don't want to get a gift from one person in the family.
Okay.
So yeah, I got other bits and pieces, and no yarn. Yeah, and Glenn wouldn't feel comfortable buying me yarn, I don't think, in that he wouldn't know enough about it to kind of figure out what to get me. So yeah, which is fine because I'm not sure if he would get me something that I'd like, if you know what I mean, and I'd hate to kind of feel like then I wouldn't knit with it or whatever. So
I actually Con got me a few vinyls, so and didn't get me any yarn. So yeah, maybe the same as you.
Yarn anyway. And I had to get another box. Glenn was like, because I had like a poof, a hollow poof that I put stuff in the sitting room, but then that had filled up, and like because everything was hidden in there, so there was no, transparency. And so then it started like filtering, so then I had like other little bags, and I was like, oh dear. And then I think Glenn finally noticed that there was all of these bags, and he's like, oh, are they all full of wool? And I'm like, well, I mean, no, I mean it's for the magazine.
I was going to say, you say it's for the magazine.
So then he's like, oh, you're probably going to need to get another one of those plastic boxes. Yeah, so I filled another one of those. God.
I did go through, like I keep saying about destashing, so I did go through over Christmas and I pulled out a load of stuff to start destashing. I took photographs of a load of stuff on a white background, but it's actually really difficult. I find it incredibly difficult to take true colour photographs on a white background.
Yeah.
An absolute nightmare. So I've taken all of these photographs, and then I'm like, how do I start loading them up? Do I write all of the information about the yarns with them? And there's some fibre there, so I have pulled out quite a lot.
Okay.
But I was saying to another friend, it's more because my taste changed.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Rather than, it's not that I don't like the yarn, it's that maybe I just wouldn't knit anything anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I have got my eye on quite a lot of books at the moment. There's quite a lot of good books out, isn't there, at the moment?
There are actually,
or ones coming out. So I have a couple of gift vouchers, so I'm kind of saving them at the moment.
Nice one.
So the people that did buy me yarn, they are safe to buy me yarn because they kind of know what I'm into. So one was actually a present that I'd been told was coming quite a long time ago, so it wasn't strictly a Christmas present. I didn't get to Yarndale this year, so our friend Sandra went to Yarndale, and she got me some of the sock share. Now actually she bought me some last year in a different colour.
Oh right. Yeah, it is nice.
It is lovely, isn't it? And it's called Melanite.
Must be some kind of rock or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
Which is funny when you see the next one as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lovely kind of grey, and she said to me, "Look, I know you're a blue girl, but I was just really drawn to this grey, and that's my grey. That's
cool.
Kind of school uniform grey.
Yeah.
My school uniform was that colour when I was a child. This is mine, and it's silver grey. I can kind of get away with that because it's kind of mild grey. But,
yeah.
But a really light grey doesn't do anything for me. She says,
it's nice. It's lovely.
I'm desperate for grey hair.
Oh, don't. Just don't. My grey hair is ridiculous.
I don't have hardly any.
Oh, stop.
Which I think is very unfair. I'm the one that really wants grey hair.
Oh, I'd say if I shaved my head, I would be, like, it would just be all grey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't...
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want grey hair.
I really would like, like Judi Dench, like a short grey crop. That's what I would really like.
The grey I have seems to be kind of that horrible wiry grey. It's not a nice grey. It's not a silvery grey like Dr. Sock.
Yeah.
Her grey is lovely.
Yeah.
But mine doesn't seem to be like that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I have odd ones here and a couple of odd ones here. But every time we do my roots, it's like, no, there's no more there. I'm like,
stop. Depressing. I get my colour done, I'm like, yay! And then the following week I'm like, are you serious? Like, my hair grows so quickly that I within a week or two of getting my colour done, I have the grey already.
Okay.
All my roots, desperate.
Okay.
But I mean, I have had grey hair since, I remember before my wedding. So that's like 14 years ago. It's like I was 20, probably about 25 I had grey hair.
And did your parents go grey quite?
Mum is Snow White, yeah. Okay. But she doesn't, like, she dyes her hair. And my dad, who was grey as well, but he said he was adamant it wasn't grey.
Okay.
Even though it was. He's like, no, it's a light brown. And we're like, Dad, it's actually grey. It's grey. No, like, he was absolutely in denial. It's so funny. So yeah, it's hereditary apparently. Grey hair.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Yeah.
But my sister Kira, who has, you might have seen my Instagram, her wedding photos, she's beautiful, kind of goldeny, golden colour hair, and she has no grey hair, obviously. Well done, Kira. And my two brothers, though, my other brother Connor, who has red hair, he is definitely a good bit of grey, and then my other brother Ron, he has hair like me, and he has grey hair as well. So yeah, but Kira seems to have gotten away lightly.
Okay, yeah.
Not jealous at all of your hair, Kira.
No.
No.
Your sister's hair is a gorgeous colour.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And this is my second We Had to Have It yarn. Look at this.
Beautiful colour.
No prizes for guessing that this is called malachite.
Cool.
So it's from Spectrum Fibre. And it's is it the twisted sock? Yeah.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Dina, my daughter, bought me this because her and Bryony are friends, and I believe that Bryony dyed this up especially for me because she'd sold out of it all. So
it's gorgeous.
It is. Isn't
I like the different dark. Yeah.
Luscious. Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with that. In fact, so much so I just want to keep looking at it and not necessarily knit it.
You seem to be going through a green phase.
I know. Look, everything was pink last week. Now it's all green. Yeah, because my thing that I'm making, it will be lovely when it's finished. It's green as well. Yeah. I think I do. I think I'm kind of drawn to one colour at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe while I'm ill, it's not blue. Maybe I don't want to associate blue with feeling rotten.
Interesting.
She says sitting in blue, as is usual. Oh, if anyone knows how to stop shoes squeaking, please tell me. Shoes. My shoes are driving me insane. They just won't stop squeaking.
Oh.
Every time I walk, it's like squeak, squeak, squeak.
Both of them are just one? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's driving me absolutely bananas. Sorry for going off on a tangent, but just in case.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yes. I can't think. I was going to say oil, but where would you put it? You don't know. No. If you don't know where the squeak is coming from.
They're a leather boot with like a crepe sole.
Okay.
And the noise is horrendous, and it's getting worse.
No.
Either that or it's me. Maybe I'm squeaking.
Maybe you're squeaking. Yeah. I definitely creak.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes. Kind of crunch, but anyway.
So two lovely. We had to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really any plans for them?
No. No, because I'm going through a whole kind of Aran weight kick.
Okay.
Do you do that? Do you?
I think I'm pretty stuck in 4-ply at the moment. But I don't really. I kind of just go through. See, I don't go through colour phases either.
No.
Actually, no. I just kind of knit whatever catches my eye.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Whereas, without even realising, I've kind of gone down a,
But I guess maybe Aran weight it's more it kind of moves a bit faster. Yeah. It's a bit more satisfying.
And I think because I made so many quick gifts over Christmas, I'm kind of loath to pick up a big project.
Yeah,
you know, I want that.
You're in the habit of kind of quick wins.
Yeah, I want that kind of satisfaction. Yeah.
I can't get no satisfaction. Don't know why I said that. So yes, I have some It'll Be Lovely when it's finished. One of those you've already seen, but it was in my kind of let's call them naughty little bugger pile for a while, but I've picked it back up again because I put it down because I thought for some reason I had put it down, and I must have convinced myself that the reason I put it down was because I kept getting it wrong. Okay. And that I had messed it up somehow. But I just decided to look at it again there recently when I was doing aforementioned tidying and reboxing stuff, and I found it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, why did I put that away? Oh yeah, because you'd messed it up. And then I kind of said, well, let's look at it. And then I looked at it, and I hadn't messed it up. So I actually don't know why I had convinced myself I had. I hadn't messed it up. Everything was fine. I was like, what am I doing? I should just continue knitting this. Oh, yeah. So I picked it back up again, and I'm chuffed. And I'm actually loving it. So I have, so it's the Follow Your Dream shawl.
You say you've picked it up. It's got no needles on it.
I know. Actually, I had to steal the needles for the other project that I've cast on, because that's going to be a quicker project. So I was like, oh, I'll just finish that, because I couldn't be doing the two of them. Oh no, what am I have to do? Bear with.
Which is out of Miranda, just in case anyone doesn't know. I said it to Connie. Connie sent me a message saying bear with the other day, and I'm like, bear with, and he didn't have a clue what I was talking about.
But yeah, I'm loving it, and you can see I'm using I'll show you now. It's the sheep cheese. How do you say it? Sheep.
I always thought it was sheep cheese. Yeah,
that's cheese.
But it's not. It's because it's Dutch, and someone said it. Yeah.
Sheep. Colour whirl. So it's you start from the middle, and so I've gone through the dark grey, and you can see the way it's getting lighter.
So it's different rows of this V laces. You've got 2 here, and then 3 here, and 1 here. Yeah.
And then it's interspersed with you'll see here. I have the pattern there. I don't know if you can see. So there's interspersed with different garter bands and garter ridges. So
and it's knit from edge to edge then.
Edge to edge, yeah. Okay. So it's going to go all the way across. So like as soon as kind of halfway point is when it's like kind of at the, I guess I'm going to call it like baby light pink.
Okay.
Is kind of
because you're knitting it in the same yarn.
Exactly the same yarn. Yeah. It's a pattern for this yarn. Well, actually, it's not a sheep cheese pattern, but I just found it on Ravelry. So of course, naturally, I'm dying to get to this colour.
Yeah.
So it's making me knit faster. But because when I saw the grey changing, I was like, oh god, it's changing! Yeah. It's brilliant. So that kind of got me really excited, and just the feel of it, because it's just really,
it's gorgeous,
drapey and nice, and oh, I just love it.
It's going to be lovely when it gets warmer. Just a proper yeah.
And I think I'll definitely do the tassels. I like the
oh yeah, I like the tassels.
I like the tassels on the end. So I think I'm going to do the tassels as well. So I think I'm here.
Okay.
So that's the midpoint, and then you start decreasing then on the way on the other side.
I could see what she was talking about. You can't.
Sorry. Yeah. I'll get used to this podcasting lark soon. So I'm enjoying it, and actually, this is I think it's like this bit in the middle is just an 8-row repeat.
Yeah.
And then you just keep doing it, and then the garter rib is simple, and then
I love this V lace. I always think this V lace is really effective.
It's effective, isn't it? Yeah. And then so she has a garter ridge. I don't know if you can see that, and then she just has a garter band. So you intersperse those as well. Okay. So it's nice. It has different textures and kind of different interests and stuff. And of course, then the yarn is changing as well. So that's kind of cool. So I was flying away with that, and then I knew I'm coming to a big batch of the V-lace, so I said, oh, I'll take a break for a little while and start another one, because I saw that Ruth, aka Knitterarium, had launched a cal, and it's called Moon Garden. I'm going to show you a photo there. And she's running a cal until the 23rd of February, and I took ages to figure out my yarns, but I'm there. I only cast this on last night, so it's only ickle. So I've started off, and it's kind of like, it's called a vine section. I don't know if you can see. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of cool because it's kind of a lace that creeps up. It kind of goes in triangles. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. But anyway, that lace, it's a vine pattern or vine design that kind of creeps up, and then I'm using, this is Sweet Georgia yarns, and I got this, actually, do you know what, Lucy gave me this because she had gotten it, and she doesn't like pink, and she was like, oh, you like pink, here, and just gave it to me. So that was really nice of her, and it's like a lovely rich, almost like a raspberry kind of plummy colour. And I had that hanging around, and I wanted to use that, and then I was like, oh, what'll I use with it? And because in all the examples I'd seen in this, they were using 2 semi-solid colours, and I was like, oh, but what would a speckle do? And then I dug into my stash, and I found this.
They look really lovely together, don't they?
Wool is the Answer, and it's called Sweet Ice Gems.
Yeah, they look lovely together.
And I just think because the pinks or the purples in this match that, so actually I'm really excited, because that will be the you know, the grey is going to be the speckle. Yeah. So actually it'll be quite nice. So again, it's such a well written pattern, as we know from Ruth. Ruth did a cal for us last year, and she's super creative, and just her patterns are well written. So even though there's like this is a 10 row repeat lace, but it's really enjoyable. Even though there's a bit of difficulty in there, like as in, you know, purl 2 together through the back loop and like things like that maybe you wouldn't normally see in patterns. It just makes a nice, interesting, it makes the yarn and the stitches twist a little bit, kind of cool, and it kind of catches the eye. So yeah, loving it.
So that's the bottom, is it? Is it going to have like a slight point to it, and then be...
see, that's that bit there.
Okay.
So because it's cut off, I'm not exactly sure.
I might try and load up a couple of photos on this. Then I'll have a nose over on Ravelry.
Because you don't work in the round until you get to this stripy bit.
Okay.
Now that's not to say you don't sew that up in the end. I don't know.
Okay.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's quite a different pattern. Yeah.
Because I when you told me about it, I was like, I haven't seen that one, so I'll have to go over and have a look. Yeah.
There we go.
So you have a couple on the go anyway.
Yeah, I'm liking them.
Yeah, and mine. So I can't show you what it is on the needles because I literally cast off the back. So I'm doing like a granddad cardigan.
Oh, okay.
Dina, my daughter, was 28 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of said to her, what do you want knitting? And she said, oh, I was like, I went through her Ravelry favourites.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Thinking I'd just knit her something out of those. And everything she really likes is 4-ply, but 4-ply cardigans or 4-ply jumpers.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
like, oh, like we've got magazine knitting to do and stuff like that. And I was like, well, there's no way that's gonna that's not gonna work. There's no way that's gonna work at the moment. So so I was like, okay, all right. So everything, she definitely likes big oversized jumpers and cardigans. A bit like me. So I was like, so what do you want? And I'd knitted her one of these before and I'd completely forgotten. So it's just like a granddad cardigan with a round neck and kind of big buttons.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I said to her what I had in my stash, and she said the dark green. See, green.
There we go.
Sounds nice. So I'm just knitting her. So this is the back, which is all curled in. And do you know, like, I'm knitting it, the measurements are all right and what have you, and what I've done before, but I'm wondering, I don't know, I'm not really happy with it. So I'm gonna knit it because she'll still wear it anyway, and I might end up doing her another one. So this is with Adrafil's New Zealand, and it is shade 25, and it's a proper bottle green, isn't it?
It's lovely.
And it's lovely to work with. I actually really like the yarn. It's hard to tell because I've measured it, and it's definitely, I think it's coming out as a 36 inches across.
Okay.
So it's on target for what I wanted, I suppose, because it's a plain boring cardigan, and this is quite light. It's a 75% wool. 75% wool, 25% acrylic, I think. It's stuck in the bit in the ball. Hold on. 200 meters, 100 grams. Yeah, 75% wool, 25% acrylic. So it's a good workhorse yarn. So she can kind of throw it around and abuse it a little bit.
Nice.
So we'll see. So yeah. So I have to start the other bits. Again, it's done in pieces.
Oh, pieces. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'd completely forgotten I'd made her a black one.
Oh, really?
She's like, that black cardigan you made me. I'm like, what one would that be?
She's made her so many things.
So yeah, so that's my, I've got several different bits and pieces on the go at the moment.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of designed, so I can't.
Oh, yeah.
While I've been ill, my head's been like, I've literally had the notebook next to me on the bedside table, just scrawling down designs. Yeah, so I don't know. The head thinks we can make them. I'm not sure about the rest of it. So
watch this space.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it.
That is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad.
No.
Kind of flew it through it in the end.
I mean, to be fair, we could have filled it with tons of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's true. I could have waffled on about New York and stuff, but...
So, no, you have to say a little about New York, because I still don't know about New York.
I know, yeah, because I have to save it all to tell you.
Yeah.
But needless to say, we had a lovely time. Myself and Glenn went over for a friend's wedding, and it was super fun, like super fancy. It was in the New York Athletic Club, which is just on the edge of Central Park. And when we went into the room, so where the reception was, where the meal was, the windows were like floor to ceiling.
Oh wow!
Overlooking Central Park, which was covered in snow. It was like, so I walked into the room and I was like, like straight over to the window. There was a band already there, and they were playing. Like it was ridiculous. Like, so Glenn and I were up the window. We were like this, looking out, and it was just like, it was magical. Like, it was just like being in a movie or something. We were just looking at each other going, oh my god. Because a really long story that I'm not going to bore you with, but it had taken us so long to get there because it was that day when New York Airport and New York just shut down. We were trying to fly in, so honestly, at that point at the wedding, we were just so happy to be there and so excited that it just felt like a wonderful moment, actually. So yeah, that was really, really nice, and worth all the trauma and everything that had gone the previous 36-48 hours. But yeah, it was I was saying to Laura before we started talking, it was so cold. Yeah, it was so cold. It was like minus 18 degrees with a wind chill making it minus 21 because it was quite windy. There was just like, we're not made. No. We don't know what that feels like. I mean, I'm sure we've got plenty of viewers who are probably living in America or other places where you're more used to snow than we are, and the cold. We just have no concept of that. Like, you know, we might get a dusting of snow and it'll kind of slush away and be gone, But like this was, because we went up to Central Park the day after the wedding on the Sunday, and we went in and it was just pristine, like white. And I had this, I was like, oh, I'll make a snowball. And I picked up the snow and I was trying to, like, you know, mash it together into a ball, but it was so fine. It was like powder. Oh. And it just like fell out of my hands. And it was just like I couldn't even understand it because it was so fluffy and powder-like. There was no way of making it into a snowball. You just couldn't do it, like. Oh. So again, we're not used to that. We'd be used to a lot more moisture maybe in the snow, where it would kind of, you know, become
a bit more.
It just was, and like it just was powdering away. It was just, it was magical. Like it was so cool. Apart from being absolutely freezing. We were just like, you know, when you like the door of the plane opened when we finally got there. And we had all our gear, like Glenn had bought me a really big snow coat, and I had the hood, I had hats and everything on. And then the door opened and the cold air came in, and it was just like, it saw it in slow motion, it was like, like I literally almost like fell back and going, I can't actually go out there, like that's too cold. And so that was a real shock to the system, like I'm not going to lie, it was absolutely, what are we doing? We're not equipped for this. But yeah, I suppose like anything, you do then eventually kind of get used to, like, you know, on the Saturday, to be fair, the day of the wedding, the wind had gone. So actually it was, I think it was -16, -18. I mean, it was still cold, but it wasn't like windy, you know, so it was kind of more like a crisp, well, really crisp cold. But yeah, it was fabulous. We had a much shorter time there than we had initially planned. But no, the wedding itself was worth it. Great. Absolutely. Aww. Yeah, it was fab. Anyway, I probably.
No, I think it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I imagine most of the people that watch our podcast at this stage realise that we kind of ramble off. Yeah. And they might follow us on Instagram, so they kind of maybe know a little about our lives and things that we do. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it was lovely. No, wait, I have to say the photos look fantastic. Yeah. I don't know if anybody saw the photo of Deirdre in her wonderful, like, beautiful dress, complete with snow boots. Yeah, there was no way, because, I just could, like, not possible. I was saying to Laura, I had so many layers on, it was just, Thermal tights are the job, though. Are they? Oh my gosh. Okay, alright, okay. I didn't know they existed, but they are the job. Are they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did, in the shop, I used to wear tights under my jeans. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And wool socks. That's a good thing as well. Like having actual wool socks. Yeah. So I brought those with me. Yeah. And they were really good. Yeah. I don't think anything keeps your feet as warm as wool socks. Oh no, my toes were not cold at all. It wasn't my toes. It was more my hands and my eyes, my eyeballs were absolutely freezing. I was like, what? I never knew this could be a thing. Do your, you know, like in that cold, do your eyes, I was going to say, do your eyes feel like they're stuck? It was like, but it was like all the moisture. It was like they were frozen. I was like, like it was so crazy. I was like, this is crazy. I mean, because I had my scarf up to here and I had my hood down to here, so I had to leave my eyes out. They were literally the only part of me that was. So they were so cold. They were just like, they were like almost like the moisture in them was frozen. That's what I mean. Yeah. It was mad. Not stuck. It was mad. I'd say people are probably like listening to me going wuss, but honest to God, we're just not. Yeah, you don't really get snow here. We get occasionally, maybe once every 5 years, the place gets completely covered in snow. Yeah. Because, like, obviously growing up in the UK, I can distinctly remember going out to school one day and the snow being kind of up past my legs. Oh, right. And my mum saying, "You got to go to school." And we're like, what? Really? So we got what seemed like a mile up the road. Probably wasn't a mile up the road. And my dad came running up behind us saying, "You don't have to go to school." Oh my God. Imagine. Jesus, here I think everything would just shut down. Oh, everything shuts down here, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Tiny little dusting of snow. That's it. Lewis shut. Buses shut. Schools. Forget how you're going to get home. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. So I suppose realistically we need to try and get our acting gear and catch up a bit quite soon, because we have a lot of stuff to show you guys. So yeah, I suppose we'll aim for a fortnight, will we? Yeah. Yeah. Don't hold us to it. Don't hold us to anything we say, really, to be fair. Which is terrible. And we'll see you. Yeah. Hopefully February.
Oh yeah, it'll be February. Yeah, wow, already.